Namaskar, Hari Om, Narayan. Today we will see the life journey of Adi Shankaracharya ji. First, let us pray. Om Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. So, first let us see how he was born. So in Kerala, there was an aged Nambudiri couple Nambudiri Brahmin couple known as Shivaguru and Aryamba. They did not have any child, so they prayed to Lord Shiva in the nearby Vadakkunathan temple. They stayed in Kaladi in Kerala and they prayed for 41 days in the Vadakkunathan temple. They prayed to Lord Shiva for child. So after 41 days of tapasya, Lord Shiva came into their dreams and said, I will give you a child. What kind of child you want? A child who is dull-witted but who will live very long, or a child who will live for a few years but he will be very intelligent. So they said, we want a child who is very intelligent. So Lord Shiva blessed them that, okay, I myself will come as your child. So Lord Shiva himself came as a child. So when he was born, that child was known as Shankara. He was named as Shankara because he was born by the blessing of Lord Shankara, Lord Shiva. And for delivery, Aryamba went to her mummy's house near Kaladi in Velianath district, Kerala. Because at that time, people started to whisper that these people are aged, how can they have child? So to avoid those kind of whispers, Aryamba went to her mother's house for delivery near Kaldi, okay. That place is in Velianath district, Kerala. So this Shankara was born and the parents were very happy, and after Upanayan Sanskar, Shankara was sent to Gurukul to learn Vedas. And during Gurukul system, the brahmacharis used to went for bhiksha. They used to go for bhiksha. So he went to one lady's house who was very poor. She could not give any bhiksha. So that lady started to cry. So Shankaracharya prayed to Lord Lakshmi, to Goddess Lakshmi, and Goddess Lakshmi rained golden berries in her house because that lady gave one berry in bhiksha to Shankar. So Shankar prayed to Goddess Lakshmi that, see, Amma, this old lady has given me one berry, so you give her wealth, So that prayer to Goddess Lakshmi composed by Shankara is known as Kanakadhara Stotram. And the house on which the golden berry rained, that house is still in Kerala by some name called as Kanaka Illam, something like that, It is in Malayalam, that name. So from childhood itself, Shankara was connected to God, His father passed away very early, so he used to stay with his mother, and he wanted to take sannyas, but his mother was not allowing him. So one day what happened, when he was taking the bath in Purna river, today it is known as Periyar river in Kaladi. At that time, one crocodile caught his leg. So Shankara's friends went running to his mother and said, Amma, Amma, your child is being taken by crocodile. So Amma went running. And Shankara said, Amma, give me permission for sannyas so I can die as a sannyasi. So Amma said, okay, I give you permission. Immediately that crocodile let go of the leg of Shankara. Because Shankara said, Sanyastoham, Sanyastoham, Sanyastoham. I have renounced, I have become a sannyasi. So the crocodile let go of the leg of Shankara, and mother keeps, and then the Shankara swims back to the house. So mother keeps her promise and allows him for sannyas, and mother himself gives him the ochre ropes. And Shankara at the age of 8 does himself his own Virja home, which is done at the time of sannyas. And walking from Kerala, he goes all the way to Omkareshwar in Madhya Pradesh on the banks of Narmada in search of his guru Govind Padji, who used to stay in Omkareshwar. He was a legendary saint known all over India. So Shankara said, I want to become his Shishya. So from Kaladi, Kerala, he goes walking all the way to Omkareshwar. And Govind Padji was in Samadhi. Many disciples were waiting that when Guruji opens his eyes, he will teach us. When Shankara went and did processions, Govind Padji opened his eyes and said, or without opening the eyes, he said, he just asked, who are you? And the Shankara in 10 verses said, Shiva Kevaloham, I am only Shiva. He composed one poem of 10 shlokas. At the end of each shloka, there was one word, Shiva Kevaloham, I am Shiva only. Listening to this poem, which is known as Dashashloki, the poem of 10 verses, Govind Pad became very happy and taught him Vedanta, Yoga, Bhakti and Karma. And after mastering all these sadhanas, Govind Padji asked him first write Bhashya on Vishnu Sahasranam. And after seeing the Bhashya on Vishnu Sahasranam by Shankar, Govind Padji gave him permission to write Bhashya on Prasthantraya, Upanishad, Gita and Brahma Sutra. That's why Shankaracharya is known as Bhagwan Bhashyakarji. Bhagwan because he was a Brahmanist Mahatma, he was the incarnation of Lord Shiva himself, and Bhashyakarji because he wrote Bhashya on Prasthantrayi. So in our Hindu culture, we don't call great people by name. So we don't all the time call Adi Shankara. What we say, Bhagwan Bhashyakarji. So he wrote Bhashyas on Prasthantraya. He did Shastrartha to many scholars all over India, and many people who had drifted away from Vedic Sanatan Hindu Dharma, again he brought them back to the Hindu Sanskruti, Hindu culture by doing Shastrartha, by doing discussions on the scriptures. At that time, if the main learned Pandit of the village, if he used to do scriptural discussion with somebody, and if he thought that okay, this thought is correct, then he will accept that thought. And when that Pandit will accept the thought, the other people of that village will also accept that philosophy. That's how Shankaracharya ji, Kumaril Bhatt, etc. again brought back many Hindus who had become Baudh or something else. And this is the time 2500 years before now, okay, so 500 BC. That is the time for Adi Shankaracharya ji. Out of the 4 Shankar Mutt except Sringeri, the 3 Mutt says the life of, the birth of Adi Shankaracharya ji as 500 BC. Sringeri Mutt says 788 AD, okay, 1200 years before now. Other 3 Mutts say 2500 years from now. So we will go with the 3 Mathas which say 2500 from now, 2500 years from now. 500 BC is the birth time of Adi Shankaracharya ji. So he was traveling all over India by foot, walking, and he wanted some learned scholar who will write a commentary on his Brahma Sutra, etc. Bhashya. So he went to Kumaril Bhatt, at that time a great scholar of Purva Mimamsa philosophy. But Kumaril Bhatt was, taking Agni Samadhi on the banks of, on Triveni Sangam. where Ganga, Yamuna and Saraswati meet, that is known as Sangam, Triveni Ghat, Prayagraj. So Kumaril Bhatt was burning his body, as a prayashchitta. Why? Shankaracharya said, I have come all the way walking so that you will write commentaries on my Bhashya and you are taking Agni Samadhi. So he said, yes, you go to my disciple whose name is Mandan Mishra. He will write commentary for you. I am taking Agni Samadhi because I am a staunch Vedic, and for doing Shastrarth with Buddhist people, I disguised myself as a Buddhist disciple, went to a Buddhist guru, learned their scriptures and defeated my guru himself in scriptural discussion. But when once my guru was, speaking ill about Vedas, tears started to roll out of my eyes because I am a staunch Vedant, staunch Vedic. So the Guru came to know that he is a Vedic. So Guru said to his disciples, throw him from the top of a mountain, means kill him. So people, his disciples, those Buddhist disciples threw him from the top of the mountain. While falling, Kumaril Bhatta said, if Vedas are true, I will not die. So he was saved. Only he lost one eye. Why he lost one eye? Because he said, if Vedas are true. If he had told Vedas are true, then he would not have lost even one eye. This was the Dharmanishta, the belief in the Vedas of those people. But afterwards he felt that I had lied to my Guru. So in Prayashchitta, in repentance, he was burning his body on the Sangam. So he was sitting on the pyre, on the Chita, with dry leaves and wood and everything ready. So he said to Shankaracharya ji, Bhashyakar ji, please you give me Agni Samadhi. If I get Samadhi by great man like you, I will get Sadgati. It will be good for me. So Shankaracharya ji in his hand takes little water, invokes the fire god and throws that water on the pyre, and that pyre gets fire and Kumaril Bhatt gets Agni Samadhi. But before Agni Samadhi, Kumaril Bhatt told to Bhashyakarji, please go to my disciple Mandan Mishra, who stays on the banks of Narmada in Madhya Pradesh, today's Madhya Pradesh, in the village known as Mahishmati. Today that place is known as Maheshwar, where a fort is there of Ahalyabai Holkar. A fortress is there. A beautiful place near Omkareshwar. And Kumaril Bhatt said that in today's India, he is the greatest scholar of Purva Mimamsa school. If you can make him your disciple, he will write commentaries for you. So Bhashyakarji goes all the way from Sangam to Mahishmati Nagari, Maheshwar, today's Maheshwar. At that time, Mandan Mishra was doing Shraddha, for his ancestors. And his house was surrounded by tall walls. But Bhashyakarji could fly in the air. So he flew over the wall and appeared in front of Mandan Mishra. So Mandan Mishra was a great scholar of the Purva Mimamsa school. They did not like sannyasis, they did not believe in Advaita Vedanta. They say do karma, you will get results. No need for Ishwar. And don't talk about Nirgun Nirakara Brahman. That is the Purva Mimamsa school. So he became little annoyed that I am doing Shraddha for my ancestors, At that time, this monk of 10-year-old, he has come to my home, what is this? So he said, what do you want? Why you have come? So this child Shankara of 10-year age, he said, I want to do Shastrarth with you. I want Bhiksha. So Mandan Mishra thought this 10-year-old will do Shastrarth with me. He said, okay, have tomorrow Shastrarth. Today you have your food, I am doing Shraddha. So Shankar said, okay. And who will be referee for this discussion? So referee was to be the wife of Mandan Mishra known as Ubhay Bharti. So for 18 days, Mandan Mishra and Bhashyakari Shankar discussed the scriptures. And on the 18th day, Bhashyakari quoted Mundak Upanishad Shruti, Pariksha Lokan Karmachitan Brahmanaha Nirvedamayat. That karma will purify the mind, knowledge will happen by listening to the scriptures of Vedanta. After listening to this quotation, Mandan Mishra prostrated in front of Shankaracharya and became his disciple. Because the condition for the Shastrarth was whoever was defeated will become the disciple of other. So Mandan Mishra became disciple of Shankaracharya. He was given sannyas. He was named Sureshwaracharya, and Sureshwaracharya became the first Shankaracharya, first pontiff of Sringeri Mutt. But Mandan Mishra's wife Ubhay Bharti said that no, my husband is still not defeated. You have to do Shastrarth with me. If I am defeated, then only you can say that he is defeated, because I am his other half. Wife is the other half of husband. So you have to defeat me also. And she asked some questions about married life to this 10-year-old bachelor Brahmin boy. So people around said that, oh, this is wrong. How can you ask this kind of questions to 10-year-old brahmachari child? How can he answer about married life? But Shankara said, okay, I will answer. Give me 1 month time. So Shankaracharya could fly in the air. He could enter into others' body. Parakaya Pravesh. He had all these yogic siddhis. So one king known as Amrud or something, that king died, and his body was taken to the cremation ground. At that time, Bhashyakari told his disciples, please protect my body. I will leave this body and enter into the body of this king. And after 1 month, I will come back to my own body. So he left his body and went into the body of the dead king. So that dead body again woke up. Everybody thought, oh, our king is still alive. They become very happy. Took him back to the kingdom. And in the kingdom, remaining in that king's body, Bhashyakari learnt about married life and all those things. After 1 month, again he gives up king's body and enters into his own body. And then he goes to Ubhay Bharti and answers all her questions. And she says, okay, you are right. Now you can take my husband. And that Mandan Mishra is given sannyas diksha by the name Sureshwaracharya ji. He becomes the first Shankaracharya of Sringeri. So Bhagwan Bhashyakarji established 4 matha in 4 parts of India to protect and preach Vedic philosophy. In the north near Badrinath, he established Jyotir Mutt, which is today known as Joshi Mutt. In the east, he established Govardhan Mutt in the Puri, Jagannath Puri. In the south, he established Sringeri in Karnataka. In the west, he established Sharda Pit in Dwarka. So this Sureshwaracharya became his first disciple. He was a very learned person, and he wrote a beautiful text known as Naishkarmya Siddhi. It is known as Vartika, independent commentary on a stotra of Bhashyakarji known as Dakshinamurti Stotram. So on Dakshinamurti Stotram, Sureshwaracharya wrote a beautiful text known as Manas Ullas, or Naishkarmya Siddhi. The name of the text is, Manas Ullas, if I remember correctly. So that text was written by Sureshwaracharya ji, Now I will check whether it is Manas Ullas or Naishkarmya Siddhi. I will check out, But this beautiful text was written by Sureshwaracharya ji. Then Bhagwan Bhashyakar was traveling all over India, and one old couple came to him and said, our child is behaving like a dull boy since childhood. He is just lying down in the sand, not speaking anything. He does not study anything. So please do something, please grace him, please bless him, please bless him. So Bhashyakari asked that child, who are you? So the child, who was behaving like a mad boy since childhood, immediately woke up and said, the way the sun is surrounded by the clouds and our vision is blocked and we cannot see the sun, but actually sun is not blocked by the clouds. Same way, Atma is not blocked by ignorance of the self, but the knowledge of the Atma, the knowledge of the self is blocked by the ignorance of the self. Atma is always available to us. I am that self, the Atma, which is always available, which is of the nature of Nitya Uplabdhi. So, these kind of things he told in Sanskrit, it is known as Hastamalak Stotram. घनच्छन्न दृष्टिर्घनच्छन्न मर्कं यथा मन्यते निष्प्रभं चाति मूढः तथा बद्धवत्भाति यो मूढदृष्टेः स नित्योपलब्धि स्वरूपोऽहमात्मा. Like that he says. So everybody was shocked that we thought that this boy is a dull boy and what he is speaking about Atma. So Bhashyakari told to his parents, this child will, give me this child. This child is not useful for you. I will take him. The parents said, okay, please take him, your grace. So then the child was given Sanyas Diksha and he was named as Hastamalakacharya. Hastamalak means, Amlak means berry, Hasta means hand. The way if a berry is kept in our hand, we can see it so clearly. Same way that boy could see the Atma, he had the knowledge of Atma very clearly. So he was named as Hastamalakacharya. He became the first pontiff, first Shankaracharya of Dwarka Mutt. And Bhashyakari's one more disciple was Totakacharya. One disciple used to serve Bhashyakari very well. He used to wash his clothes and everything, but he was not very bright in studies. So once when Bhashyakari was teaching Vedanta, that disciple known as Giri did not come in on time for the class. So Bhashyakari waited for him to come. So other disciples said, why you are waiting Guruji for him? What does he understand? So Bhashyakarji felt very touched, he felt sad that these people don't know about my disciple. So he closed his eyes and that disciple known as Giri was washing Bhashyakarji's clothes on the river bank. So sitting on the Vyaspit, Bhashyakarji gave him the knowledge of the self. And that boy immediately realized that, oh, I have received this knowledge. He came running, prostrated to Bhashyakarji, and the boy, he did not know much Vyakaran, Shastra. He sings one stotra in the most difficult chanda known as Totak Chanda in the worship of his Guru, and that stotra is known as Totak Ashtakam, because it was in Totak Chanda. So he starts to sing Vidita Shastra Sudha Jalade महितोपनिषत् कथितार्थनिधे हृदये कलये विमलं चरणं भवशङ्करदेशिक मे शरणं भवशङ्करदेशिक मे शरणम्. So everybody was shocked that this boy did not know grammar. He is speaking in the most difficult chand of grammar, Totak Chand. So that boy was named as Totakacharya. He became the first Shankaracharya of Jyotir Mutt near Badrinath. Today it is known as Joshi Mutt. And the story of Padma Padacharya ji is like that one disciple was very dear to the Guru. So other disciples started to have jealousy about that disciple, that why he is so dear to the Guru. So Guru understood the minds of all his disciples. So he thought, let me show them why this person is dear to me. So when all the students were other side of the river, the Guru shouted, oh, please come here, help me, I am in trouble, I am dying. So other students started to search for some bridge or something to come back. But this disciple, who was most dear to the Guru, started to run in the river itself, and wherever he put his leg, a lotus Padma appeared, and putting his legs on the Padma, he crosses the river and reaches to the Guru. So he was known as Padma Padacharya ji, lotus in his legs, Padma Padacharya ji. He became the first Shankaracharya of Govardhan Math Puri. So these are the four great disciples of Shankaracharya ji, and they were made first Acharya of the each peeth. First Acharya was Bhashyakar ji himself. After Bhashyakar ji, the first Acharya were these four disciples, and they were known as Shankaracharya ji. So today also the four mathas have four Shankaracharyas, each one Shankaracharya for each math. What do they do? They are supposed to defend, protect, and preach Vedic darshan to the people. So Bhashyakar traveled all over India many times, did pran pratishtha of many temples, reconstructed many temples, prescribed the puja method in many temples like Guruvayur, Dwarka, Badrinath, Jagannath Puri, etc., Nepal. Like today also, the priest of Nepal is Brahmin from Karnataka. The chief priest of Badrinath is Rawalji Namudiri from Kerala. And the chief priest of Rameshwaram is a Pandit from Kashi. So he established puja paddhati in all these great temples, Tirupati, Rameshwaram, everything, Badrinath. Again made people understand the glory of Sanatana Dharma, brought back the Hindus, brought back them to the Hindu culture who had converted to other religions, and again established the Varnashram Dharma. The Kshatriyas again started to hold weapons. It was good for India because after few years the Muslim invasions came to India. At that time, if Kshatriyas were not there holding weapons, we would today not be Hindus, because the form of ahimsa in Buddhism and Jainism is don't fight, but in our Hinduism we are supposed to fight for the dharma. Like Arjuna was told by Krishna to fight, not to run away from the fight. That is the form of ahimsa in our religion. So when Bhagwan Bhashyakarji established Varnashram Dharma to India, India was protected, we were protected, and today we are Hindus because of the grace of and the work of Adi Shankaracharya ji. And he had a very short lifespan. At the age of 8, he was about to die. But when he took sannyas, when he was caught by a crocodile, he lived for another 8 years. At the age of 16, he was about to die. At that time, Vedvyas ji came in a disguise of an old Brahmin, and every day he used to listen to the talk by Bhashyakarji on Brahma Sutra. After many days, Padma Padacharya told Bhashyakarji, Guruji, this person is somebody special. He is not normal person. He is not ordinary person. So next day, Bhashyakarji asked to that Brahmin, O great sage, who are you? So that Brahmin showed himself. I am Maharshi Vedvyas, And the commentary which you are writing on Brahma Sutra is absolutely correct. You have understood my Brahma Sutra perfectly, and you have to do many great works. So I am extending your life by another 16 years. So Ved Vyasji gave extension of 16 more years to Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya ji. So 16 plus 60, he lived for 32 years. And at the age of 32 years in the Kedarnath, he took Yoga Samadhi. Yoga Samadhi means when he left his body, even his physical body disappeared. But in these 32 years, he did great seva of Vedic Dharma. So, from behalf of all of us, I prostrate to Bhagwan Adi Shankaracharya ji. He is known as Jagat Guru, the Guru of all. Jagat Guru Shankaracharya ji. To him we prostrate. Hari Om Narayan.